In a small, bustling village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, there lived a young artist named Liam. From the moment he could hold a brush, Liam dreamed of creating masterpieces that would inspire the world. His heart was filled with visions of grand paintings, sculptures, and murals that would tell stories of hope, love, and resilience. Liam's dream was to showcase his work in the Great Art Exhibition, an annual event where the most talented artists displayed their creations. Winning the exhibition was not just about fame, it was about proving to himself and the world that his art mattered. For years, Liam worked tirelessly. He painted sunsets that glowed like fire, sculpted figures that seemed to breathe, and sketched portraits that captured the soul. When the day of the exhibition finally arrived, he submitted his most ambitious piece, a massive canvas titled The Symphony of Life. But when the results were announced, Liam's name was nowhere to be found. His heart sank as he watched the winners celebrate. He felt like a failure, his dreams shattered into 1,000 pieces. Devastated, Liam retreated to his small studio. He stared at his unsold paintings, his unfinished sculptures, and the sketches that now felt meaningless. One day, in a fit of frustration, he grabbed a hammer and smashed one of his sculptures into pieces. The sound of breaking clay echoed through the room, and tears streamed down his face. As he looked at the fragments scattered on the floor, something unexpected happened. The sunlight streaming through the window caught the edges of the broken pieces, creating a mesmerizing pattern of light and shadow. For the first time in weeks, Liam felt a spark of curiosity. Determined to understand what he was feeling, Liam visited Master Kale, an old potter who lived on the outskirts of the village. Kale was known for his wisdom and his ability to turn even the most damaged clay into beautiful pottery. Liam showed him the broken pieces of his sculpture and confessed his feelings of failure. Kale listened quietly, then smiled and said, "Sometimes the most beautiful creations come from broken beginnings." He handed Liam a small piece of mosaic tile and said, "Start with one piece. See where it takes you." Inspired by Kyle's words, Liam returned to his studio. He gathered all the broken pieces of his sculptures, the torn canvases, and the discarded sketches. Instead of throwing them away, he began to arrange them into patterns. He glued the pieces onto a large wooden board, creating a mosaic of colors, textures, and shapes. At first, it was chaotic, but as he worked, a picture began to emerge. A phoenix rising from the ashes, its wings made of shattered dreams. The mosaic was imperfect, but it was alive with meaning. When Liam unveiled his mosaic in the village square, the villagers were stunned. The artwork told a story of resilience, of turning pain into beauty, and of finding hope in the midst of despair. One by one, people began to share their own stories of failure and redemption. A farmer who had lost his crops to a storm spoke of rebuilding his fields. A weaver whose loom had broken shared how he had learned to create new patterns. Liam's mosaic became a symbol of the village's collective strength. The following year, Liam submitted his mosaic to the Great Art Exhibition. This time, when the results were announced, his name was called. The judges praised his work for its originality, depth, and emotional power. As Liam stood on the stage holding the trophy, he realized that his journey was not about winning or losing. It was about embracing the broken pieces of life and turning them into something beautiful. Liam's mosaic became a permanent installation in the village square, a reminder to everyone that failure is not the end. He continued to create art, but his focus shifted from perfection to meaning. He taught workshops, encouraging others to embrace their imperfections and find beauty in their struggles. Years later, when Master Kale passed away, the villagers created a mosaic in his honor. The artwork depicted a tree with deep roots and sprawling branches, symbolizing the wisdom and strength he had shared with the community. Liam often reflected on his journey and the lessons he had learned. He realized that life, like art, is a mosaic. Each experience, and whether joyful or painful, adds a unique piece to the picture. The cracks and imperfections are what make the artwork whole. He wrote in his journal, "Our broken dreams are not failures. They are the tiles of our mosaic. When we gather them with courage and creativity, we create a masterpiece that tells the story of who we are." Liam's story spread far beyond the village. Artists, entrepreneurs, and dreamers from distant lands traveled to see his mosaic and hear him speak. His message resonated with anyone who had ever faced failure or doubted their worth. One day, a young boy approached Liam after a workshop. He held a small broken clay figurine in his hands and asked, "Can I make something beautiful out of this?" Liam smiled and replied, "You already have. The beauty is in your courage to try."